What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. We have Captain America life-size bust in the house. This is stupid big boxes. Like, wow, like 2 Venom-sized boxes. So I'm not going to carry this downstairs. I'm going to take it part by part into the man cave, but I'm going to show you as I unbox it. So yeah, FedEx just left this right in front of my garage. They're just like, screw that. We're not putting it up on your front door. But yeah, excited to open this. I got this through Bruce Way, Inner Studio. They, were able to get this to me for a great price, shipped it quickly, and very excited to get this. I'll leave a link in the description below where you guys can reach out to him. He can help you get any Queen or Infinity Studio products. In general, if you're looking to buy any statues, I highly recommend Secret Compass online. Alrighty, let's open this bad boy. Alrighty, so it came with these styrofoams above. Here is the instructions. So it looks like we got a base, body, head, shield, hammer. So not too bad. So, yeah. Nice thing is being, multiple parts, it's not going to be too bad to carry. I figure when you're moving it, you'll probably want to remove the shield and maybe the hammer. And I feel like it wouldn't be too bad just carrying just those. You could even remove the head if you want. But yeah, let's go ahead and remove this. The bust is large and heavy. Is recommended with at least 3 people. Yeah, good luck with that. We're just going to have Flankster, who's as strong as 4 people, unbox this. Alrighty, so first box is just the Captain body. Pretty big body, I will say. Hand for reference. And that means the head, the base, the shield, everything else is going to be in that other box. Crazy thing is this was the biggest box, but this is all it has. Alrighty, so second box has the COA. Looks like I got number 9 of 366. So check that out, and let's get this open. Alrighty, and this is what we're greeted with. I gotta say that base is definitely much bigger than all the other Marvel bases outside of Thanos. That's bigger. That's a big base. It's bigger than like the Mark 7, the Iron Man bases. And it looks like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like that, but that styrofoam was like broken off right there. Shield, quite big. We'll compare it to my life-size shield. Check out that portrait. It's not even in styrofoam, or like covered. That looks really good. Hammer. And what's in here? The gloves and the brush. So typical Queen stuff. Let's actually wear those gloves. Alrighty, folks, let's start taking it downstairs. Alrighty, so here is the base. You can see side-by-side comparison. As I said, it is much bigger than, like, let's say, Doctor Strange's base. Both girth, height, it's about 2-3 inches taller. And it still looks very dusty. Here's the shield. Shield, very heavy. The base was also very heavy, by the way. That shield, I can't carry it with one arm and compare it to that. I'll need to set up my gimbal, but I will show a comparison. Although I kind of wonder why they didn't just go with like a lighter material. Why'd they go so heavy? It's also thick. As you can see, this is a thick material. Honestly, it's very similar to like that Captain, how it's like thick. They didn't do like a thin actual metal, similar to my metal shield. It's actually heavier than my metal shield, and I'm quite confident this is just polystone. I could be wrong, but it's very heavy. But yeah, next we're going to do the body. Alrighty, folks. Man alive, that thing is so heavy. Jupiter's cock got me totally out of breath. No wonder they say 3 people. Yeah, so good news. This, that's not silicone, but this is, as is that. Which makes me really believe Infinity Studios really failed this city doing this as polystone. They could have did it silicone. If Queen could do it right here, holding the hammer, Infinity could have did it for Harley holding a gun. So there is the body. I'll just, get the remaining stuff set up though. Alrighty, folks. So I wanted to film this before because I'm not going to turn around, but there is hair back here for Captain America. It's very heavy, so I'm not going to hold it longer with one hand. Alrighty, and there is the portrait. Definitely a very like dirtied up portrait, bloody. You know, this is the scene really when he said Avengers Assemble in the portal scene. Super, super epic. This mask kind of feels like it was placed on top of a head because you can actually see right there. So it's not just like, you know, sculpted. It kind of feels like a helmet over a person's head. So I think Queen did a phenomenal job there. Fantastic likeness to Chris Evans, no doubt. So just 2 parts left, the giant shield and hammer. Alrighty, before we put the hammer on, I wanted to compare it real quickly, like the size versus what is the official licensed Sideshow from the original Thor movie. This one's quite old. They're very similar. I mean, the biggest noticeable difference is like that versus that. That looks better. Queen's is very heavy. You know, this is also, you know, pretty heavy. Like, I could wield that. But Queen's has a very good weight to it. That's a heavy boy. I'm not sure if it's metal or not, or just solid polystone, but it's very heavy. And it looks fantastic. The shield looks great as well. I'll show you here in a sec. But let's just put both of them on. Alrighty, YouTubers, we got Captain America all set up. Now, I would say everything fit perfect outside of this shield. Let me show you what I mean. So he goes in the 2 pegs. However, he doesn't sit in flush. There's like a very apparent, like literally a finger width of gap. Now, you can close one side, but then it severely opens up the other. So, you know, let me show you. So that's about as close as you can close it, but then it makes that gap quite big. So you kind of have to decide which gap you want. The thing is that back one is the metal peg. And so it's probably safer to just have this as the one in and this one having the slight peg. The shield is quite big. Let's measure this actually for you guys. Alrighty, so the shield is bigger than that shield. From right there to like right there, the width is 26 inches, where that shield is 24 inches. So, as you can see, Captain is quite a deep bust. His shield is sticking out a good amount. You know, similar to like Thanos' bust, they're both sticking out. I mean, luckily, I have a lot of walkway, so it's not like I'm going to walk into that shield. And he's definitely a tall bust, quite a good presence, but man alive, look at that view. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is a killer piece. Oh, love it. I'm really happy they did silicone hands. The only thing that's not silicone are these knuckles, but they did a really good job in matching the skin tone that it's not like apparent at all, really. Otherwise, so these straps, you do actually like unbuckle and buckle them in, which is great. And this one actually goes through his hand. It can't go over his hand, so he's holding the actual strap, which is really cool. You know, I really like that. So as far as the base, you know, like I said, it's huge, it's heavy, it has the big Avengers logo, which is great because Captain, I mean, his only logo truly is kind of a shield and I guess the A and the star. But I do like it, you know, just the Avengers logo. Just great, because none of my other busts really just have like an A for Avengers. All blue themed. It's a big base. It's decent. It's not like mind-blowingly good or anything. It does the job though. Considering what he's doing, it does the job. I'm very happy with the shield and the hammer. I think both are very good quality. This is longer than my other Thor hammer. This is like an actual strap. Seems pretty nice quality. And this is solid and it looks excellent. Like in general, I think the hammer looks better than my actual Thor hammer over there. The shield, granted that is metal, so it has like a shine off of it. This one does not. So it's not painted like metal. But it's super battle damaged, like a bazillion scratches. It's broken, you know, right here through the star, being gray here or silver. Overall, though, I think the shield looks amazing. I'm very happy with the quality of it and the look of it and the paint app of it. Now, I was looking at my Captain 1/4 by Iron Studios. This is definitely a more vibrant statue, I will say. More vibrant, like the armor in general. Queen went for more of that dirtied look and a little bit darker themed, like this most notably. It's a darker themed here. It's not nearly as vibrant. Like the white is more dirty. The red is slightly more darker toned. But other than that, this is the only part that I would say that's a little bit less vibrant. Everything else looks, very good and very similar. He has the Avengers logo right here. The armor looks great. Really good texture work. This is not a real strap. Granted, I think it would have been cool if they did a real one, but overall it looks really well done. Like no seam lines on the arms or anything. Like, my other Captain bust, they have a seam and then it's covered by that. So, really solid all around. Really well done. I need to take a duster to it though, so it's like styrofoam here and there. Yeah, these hands are quite big, as you can see. Like that thumb is a little bit bigger than my thumb, and in general, his arms are quite beastly. Like I feel like they're definitely as big as mine with armor on top. So Captain's a big boy just like me. The head is about the same size as mine. I held it up next to my head. So it's definitely a life-size Captain America. I will say that. And I think the head is excellent. He has glass eyes that look really well done with, the eyelashes. Can't see his eyebrows because it's covered by his mask. Very dirtied, somewhat like 5 o'clock shadow, mole. It's all silicone. This is like a real strap. And the helmet, I swear, it feels just like a real helmet, Like, it's like he's wearing that, basically. Although I will say I still think I prefer Queen's helmet versus that helmet, which is a licensed Winter Soldier helmet. Then, of course, he has the hair back here, which was something they added, post-prototype. The helmet does have some, like, little battle damage here and there. So it's not a clean helmet by any means, which matches the total outfit. Really good job all around, though, by Queen. Very dirty, like he's been in a fierce battle for sure. So I think they did a really good job. And they got that blood effect here, and that looks really well done as well. Really nice skin tone on this guy. That I like that dirtied look. He's just looking you straight in the soul. He is ready to fight for the, all of humanity. So really nice expression, very fierce, determined, ready to fight Thanos. So I really like the expression on this. And such an epic moment. When Cap grabbed that hammer, everyone in my theater literally just like screamed, like, oh my effing gosh. Even now, like when I still watch that scene, it gives me goosebumps. And so, such an iconic moment in cinema history. They just brought it to life in a full, massive life-size bust. Now, you can get full dimensions, but as far as I'm aware, it's about 3 feet deep, 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. It's wide because you go from that shield to that hammer. And granted, I have it angled even different. And then depth-wise, that's a 25-inch depth shelf. And then it's coming out right here an extra, I don't know how much. I'd say 10 inches at least. And he's definitely, a good height bust. All right, so I just measured him. He is close to 37 inches tall. Now, in terms of body to top of head, he's about 26 and a half inches. Doctor Strange is 27 because of his hair. Cap obviously doesn't have hair. So it's the exact same amount of body as Doctor Strange. The reason it's just taller, obviously, is due to that base being, several inches taller. And the main reason for that is to accommodate for that shield and the hammer. So I do really like this bust quite a bit. I think it's a phenomenal piece. You know, it's like a true Infinity Studios style bust by Queen Studios, because for the most part, all their busts have been like one-armed or armless. This is kind of, as far as I'm aware, their first true, you know, like half torso styled bust. Now, granted, Infinity gives you slightly more like belly. You know, when you look at these ones that are like, this is just as tall, like 3 feet tall, the base is smaller and it gives you a little bit more belly, where Cap is cut off like right there. But it's as close as we've gotten to an Infinity style bust. And I gotta say, I definitely like it. And I hope that Queen continues this trend of these armed busts, because it adds so much presence, so much concept to the piece. You know, I think the biggest thing is just the concept. You know, a standard bust just, you know, like Doctor Strange, like what's Doctor Strange doing? Nothing. He's armless. It's just a really detailed portrait and, you know, body and base, where Cap is recreating that iconic moment of Avengers Assembly. Just grabbed that hammer after recalling it saying, Avengers, assemble. So it's just truly epic because of that. You know, Thanos as well, you know, having the gauntlet definitely makes it. You know, like I said, I would love all my Marvel busts to be armed, because I think that is the superior bust. Yeah, this Cap bust is definitely amazing. This retails at like $4,000. So it's quite a pricey bust, you know, just as expensive as Loki and Doctor Strange. Kind of surprised they didn't charge more for it, honestly, because you're getting full arms and 2 weapons. Granted, they don't have to do a lot of hair on him, just as like eyebrows in the back of the helmet, you know, where like Doctor Strange has that full head of hair, you know, so I'm sure it's a lot more expensive to do Doctor Strange head versus his head. In addition, mixed media generally is more expensive than polystone. The base also is quite simple. It's kind of just like, you know, blue, gray, and then just shading of black. You know, where I like Doctor Strange and Loki's base thematically just better. But his base is still good. I do like it. I'm glad they didn't just do another copycat base like, you know, Black Panther or Vision. Overall, absolutely love it. I would have loved if this fit better. You know, like when this one's pushed all the way in, you can't really see it, but as you can see, quite a big gap there. Obviously from, you know, normal viewing angles, you don't see it. You know, because this is generally the like preferred angle if this logo's coming straight at me. That's the way. Although I like having them facing this way in addition to space, you know, because the further you angle it that way, it's going to take up more width. So I think a lot of people in general aren't going to display it the preferred way that Queen has it, because of how much width it's going to take. You display it like this, hanging it off the shelf, it doesn't take as much space. And let me just show you guys real quickly. Yeah, as you can see, this is a really highly detailed, incredibly massive, incredibly detailed bust by Queen Studios. It's definitely one of their best busts I've received. You know, like really the last 3 busts I've received from Queen have all been knock out of the park grails. You know, Doctor Strange, Loki, Captain, they've done such a good job. Let me look at my angle while sitting down. Yeah, that's killer. Absolutely love it. Now, the only thing we're waiting for now on this wall is going to be Thor bust. Now, Thor does not have arms. Granted, if he did, I wouldn't have enough space. Plus, you know, would he be holding Stormbreaker? I'm happy with Thor, though. Plus, they did Infinity War Thor, which is my favorite version of Thor, because he is so amazing in that movie. So, very excited to get Thor. He's going to be my final Marvel bust, pending they don't make something that makes me sell something. But now I have 2 members of the Trinity, Captain, Iron Man. Once we get Thor, we complete my Trinity, similar to my Marvel Trinity, you know. And I almost didn't buy Captain for a while. Like, I really thought I was not going to buy this bust. And I'm very happy I did. He is absolutely incredible. He is just as good as Doctor Strange and Loki. You know, plus adding the fact he has the arms with full weapons definitely makes him incredibly impressive. And he definitely does have that dirty look. You compare his skin tone to the other ones, they are much more pale. you know, where he has that dirty, battled look, which is awesome, you know, because that's the scene it represents. He was like that in the movie. So, absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 job by Queen Studios. Outside of the fact the shield doesn't peg in completely on both sides, I got no complaints on this piece. I think they did an amazing job. So, if you guys are looking to purchase this, I'm not sure if Inner Studio has any left, honestly, but you could always check out Secret Compass online. I know they have some stock. Now, those boxes were absolutely massive, so I would expect a high, you know, shipping cost. Honestly, I would think they would be about $300 each in America. So you're probably looking at $600 in shipping. I know from Queen doing economy shipping was like, how much was that? $1,200 or something. But then if you'd want to express those $2,000, so I mean at that point it's a $5,000 bus. Now I got a great deal on this. I didn't pay close to that, but yeah, definitely well worth it. If you want a Captain America bus, this is the one to get. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below of Queen Studios Captain America, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.